Are we live? I think we're live. I'm pretty sure. I'm still using the new system, so I'm still not 100% sure of what's going on and how it's going. But yes, I'm going to safely... Oh, there we go, everybody. Hi. Hey, how you doing? Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I am in pain. Yay! It's minor pain. Don't worry about it too much. So you may notice, for some reason, my cheek is swollen up right here. I have no idea why. This is something to do with me getting my wisdom teeth removed, and I have no idea why it swelled up. Just yesterday, it was totally fine, and then, it was, I woke up this morning and it felt like there was something in the gaps, the holes that they left behind. But they've closed up so small now that I thought, like, what could possibly be in there? It must be something small. And so I took the little, when you get your wisdom teeth taken out, they give you this little, like, syringe that you use to, it's got like a very thin little hose-like tip, and you use it to spray a jet of water into the holes to clear out any like bits of food, any random metal and shit that you have in there, whatever it is not, just, it's in there. And I don't know why it's in there, but it's in there. But when I went to go out this morning, I fill up the syringe, I poke it in my mouth, I aim it at the hole, and I sploosh it, and just crippling pain. Like, unbelievable pain. Just, like, absolute, like, deep bone pain. And I'm like, that's a little odd. That shouldn't be happening. I have no idea. Like, it's weird. Metal, you know, just for some people that chew on rocks or anything like that, I have no idea. So that was my morning, and I woke up, and I was just, like, in incredible pain from that, and I was just like, as soon as I did, the first thing I do in the morning, of course, the first thing I do, and then I just like grab the counter, just like hoof silently to myself, because it's like 5:45 in the morning. I'm just like, oh my god, like in incredible pain, and it slowly started to fade. So I had the brilliant idea, right? I had the brilliant idea that, okay, there must be something stuck in there. It's really got to come out. It doesn't matter if it hurts, I probably got to get it out. So guess what I did for the next 5 minutes? I keep filling up this syringe, jamming it in my mouth hole, and splooshing it. And yeah, every time hurt like a son of a bitch, just like, oh, God. It hurt so bad. But I was of the mind that whatever's in there gotta come out. So I just keep going at it. I keep going at it. And yeah, so that hurt a lot. And nothing would come out. Like, I would spit the water, there'd be no blood, no nothing, no bits of food, no nothing would come out. Just pain. Only pain came out, basically. So I keep splooshing for a couple more minutes, and then I'm like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I guess I gotta go rock climbing, which is what I was supposed to do. So in pain, I put on some shorts and like a shirt, and I go out the door and I go rock climbing. And the whole time I'm rock climbing, I'm just like, my mouth. But it's faded away. But it started to swell up. So it's either something that I did with the water blasting, which I don't think it was, because I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be painful unless there was something horribly wrong, like an exposed nerve or something like that, or something of the like. Either way, I have an appointment at noon that I'm gonna leave a little early today to go check. So this is a long-winded explanation to let you guys know that I am going to be leaving just a little early so that I can go and get it checked out. So great, yeah, right? But in other news, I went rock climbing, so that was cool. I've tried to start that back up again, and I'm not too far off from where I was. I mean, I'm pretty far off in terms of like grip strength and stuff like that. Like, I haven't gone rock climbing in years. I used to be pretty decent at it. Like, I was up to like a V5 or a V6 in bouldering, and then like I could do I forget what the belay high rope system is, but I think it was like a 10B or a 10D or something like that I could do. So yeah, I like rock climbing. It's a lot of fun. It's good exercise, and I didn't want to make an excuse this morning just because I was in pain to not go. And I think that's like a very important thing. Is it's very easy to come up with excuses not to do the thing that you want to do. It's super easy. It's super easy to make excuses. And I recognize that, like, there are some times when if you have pain and it would be bad for you to go rock climbing, or exercise or go to the gym or whatever, yeah, don't go because you don't want to injure yourself. But if you have this commitment to do something, and my mouth hurts, I don't climb with my mouth. Like, I don't climb by biting onto the rock and hauling myself up. I climb with my hands. My hands don't hurt, so I might as well just go up there and start climbing. So it is important to try to keep that as consistent as can, because it doesn't matter if you, like, one of the big lessons, and there's no one asked this, but this is just what I've found out. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned about, if you want to commit to something, say going to the gym, for example, and I don't know how much beyond it applies, but say you want to go to the gym every day. It doesn't matter that you go to the gym and kill yourself lifting weights or on the treadmill or whatever every day. That's not the important thing about going to the gym every day or every other day or only on Mondays and Fridays or Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's not important. The important thing is just going. Like, it doesn't matter if you go to the gym and you just stand on a treadmill and it's not even moving. You going to the gym is the important habit that you're trying to build. So me going rock climbing, me saying like, I want to get back into rock climbing, I need to be consistent about it to get better at it, I have to go. It's like, I don't care if my arms hurt to the point that I wasn't able to actually rock climb, I would still go to the rock wall gym. I would sit there and I would look at the wall and I would think about it and I would just be there, and I'd enjoy like an hour of just relaxation, kind of meditate, zone out a little bit. But because that ingrains inside of you the habit of going, that's what you're trying to build up. You're not trying to build up something that's like, you can't make yourself enjoy destroying yourself trying to do exercises and stuff, but you can make yourself enjoy the process of getting up in the morning and going out the door and being at the gym. And then you'll often find that you're at the gym, so your mind is like, well, I might as well do something. So you pick up some weights, start doing it, you get on a treadmill, you just walk for a bit, and you just kind of do it. Like, that's the most important thing I found. But whether that applies to things outside of this, it's irrelevant. But it is just important to remember that you don't have to hate what you're doing. You don't have to. It's not important to, like, it's so important to enjoy what you're doing. Like, that's what got me into running. I don't run much anymore. I want to get back into it. But what really made me enjoy running is I was listening to the Nike Run Club app, and the guy was talking about running, and he was talking about running as I should run much slower than I want to run. Like, when you're out running, you're not trying to run till you're exhausted. You're trying to enjoy the run. That's why runners run. They like to run. And the only way you're going to like to run is if you don't kill yourself running. So don't go out your first time running and run 30 minutes or even try to do a mile, or even if you can't even run a mile, don't even try to run a single lap around a track. Just run a tiny bit, and that'll be your base point. Like, you run thinking that you could run faster or run more. You want to leave your first few times running being like, I could have run more. I could have easily run more. And that's what gets you into it, because then the next time you're like, okay, I ran that much, I'll run a little bit more. Like, because I know I can run more. And then as you build up that skill in running and you condition your body and you keep moving forward, you'll be like, oh, I like running because it's relaxing, it relieves stress, and it's fun because I'm not pushing myself to an extreme. And then fast forward like 6 months from now, your easy run is a run that you couldn't imagine doing at the beginning of your run adventure. Like, you thinking like, man, I can't run a mile. 6 months from now, 3 months from now, a month from now, running a mile is your easy run. That's your run that you're like, I could easily run more, but you maintain that until you're training for something. Then you got to push yourself. But if you're just trying to like it at first, like the first few months, just slow, gradual increase. And like that, it's the same thing with all skill-based things, like language learning. I've found that I have to like it. I have to see the point of it, and I can't kill myself just going into it right there and there. Yeah. You hate running, prefer cycling. It's the same difference on all things. Like cycling, it's the same thing. You wouldn't go out your first time cycling and destroy your body trying to maintain a certain threshold of speed. Like, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't, like, you wouldn't want to make it so that you practice guitar until your hands bleed every single time, because then you couldn't and you don't want to keep going at it. The more important thing is to train yourself to want to do it. And whatever way you can do that is most important. I don't know how I got on this topic. I think it was talking about rock climbing and just kind of my philosophy of that sort of stuff. But whatever. Also, eat right. Yeah, eat right, but same principle, right? You don't want to go from eating like fast food to suddenly transitioning to only fresh vegetables, fruits, and like self-cooked meals. You can do that, but it'll make you not enjoy it. Like you have to, there are good foods out there that you can enjoy. You just need to slowly introduce yourself to it. You don't need to hard cold turkey absolutely everything. There are some things in life that need to be like cut cold turkey, but as far as this, not everything has to be this difficult. Anyway, this is not what I was talking about. I got like this swollen thing in my jaw that I gotta go taken care of. I got an appointment in a couple hours that I gotta go there. But yeah, you can and will eat your chips. That's fine. I'm not a healthy eater by any stretch of the imagination. Like I try to make good choices when I can make good choices, but I can't do it. Eat turnip every hour on the hour. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, people were asking about my outfit yesterday. Yes, that was for a Renaissance Festival. I don't just wear that every day, even though I could, and it'd be good stuff, but I just don't do that, yeah. Yeah. Slow transitions are the best when starting something new. I've started stretching while doing homework, and it's so nice and relaxing. It makes it easier to do. Yeah, exactly. Like, just something like that. Easy introductions. I'm not nearly as flexible as I once was, so I'm like, man, I should really stretch. So I just like casually throughout the day, I like try to stretch more. I like, if I have a break, if I'm just standing around looking at my phone, I just try to touch my toes, try to sit down on the ground and stretch out a little bit. Like, I've been working out a lot more, so I need to stretch as much as I can. Yeah. Amy looks so pretty. Yeah, she's pretty. She's really pretty. Yeah. You wish everyone would wear that every day and make it generally socially acceptable again? I mean, it's perfectly socially acceptable to wear Renaissance style clothing. I mean, you're gonna get looks, but mostly from people being like, "Whoa, that is an outfit. That is impressive." I mean, I guess it's not socially acceptable, but it's socially acceptable, it's just not the social norm. And frankly, like, who would want to do that anyway? There's so many layers to those types of clothing. Like, it's such a pain. They had, like, people helping people get into those outfits. Like, it's just, like, I don't think people would enjoy it. I like it much better now that I can just throw on a t-shirt, grab some sweatpants, and that's it, and I'm done for the day. And that's good, yeah. Ugh, social norms. Yeah, well, all right, that's a whole nother bag of worms, and like, that's a whole like social norms, blah blah. Well, society is important in some respects, community, and you know, we as humanity wouldn't be here where we are today if we wouldn't have the ability to come together and establish some kind of codex of rules of which we can live our life by, so that everyone didn't just kill each other. That's a broad strokes overview. Yes, some things are, but some things are like we'd be dead otherwise. So we gotta keep it there. Yeah. What am I playing today? Oh, I'm not playing anything right now. This is not what this live stream's about. Yeah. So, we truly live in a society. Yeah. The social contract. Yeah, something like that. In LA, what's a social norm? You guys are crazy? Are we crazy? I don't know. What is the social norms in LA? I don't know. We all accept the fact that traffic will always be bad, I guess. We're not crazy. Like, I'm not even like an LA native, and I've seen some crazy shit in LA, but I think you can find crazy shit everywhere you go. Yeah. Today's your birthday, you turned 20. Well, happy birthday to you. And happy birthday to everybody else. LA is bonkers. I mean, every city's got bonkers stuff going on. Yeah. Hey, from Yorkshire. Well, hello. All right. My bottom half is below the camera. You don't have to wear pants. I mean, in the past, I mostly didn't wear pants just because it was more comfortable. But now, like, in this room especially, it can get so cold that that it makes recording pantsless difficult. So I end up wearing pants just for the sake of temperature. And then sometimes I'll wear layers just because it gets very, very cold, and I don't know why. When will I play RP again? I've been wanting to. I haven't had the time. I talked about this last week. Like, I want to get back into it, and it sucks because I enjoy it so much, but I've got too much work to do. I have a week and a half until I leave for Austin for the big project that's coming up in May. I do not have time to play something that is just for my own enjoyment for the time being. I literally have to prioritize. I've got the Damien project that I got to finish up. I've got I did just on Friday finish up a summary for another project that I've got going on. I've got to start shifting gears and recording a bunch of stuff so that I have content for while I'm in Austin. I'll still record stuff while I'm there, and then I will just keep hammering away. But I've got a week and a half to do it. So Damien hopefully is going to be done before I go and released before I go. But who knows? Honestly, who knows when that's going to be done? And it's just like it's just priority. Like, I've got to forego things that are going to bring me temporary enjoyment, but be, in the end, a waste of time, much like most of gaming is, for the sake of these projects that I've worked very hard for and am really, really excited to see. Yeah, so it should be good. Yeah. What's my aversion to Oklahoma? I mean, no real aversion to Oklahoma. It very rarely crosses my mind. Oklahoma. Let's see. What's some Oklahoma facts? Let's see. Oklahoma. Okay, all right. Tulsa. Didn't we go to Oklahoma on tour? I think we did. Or I think that's right. When we first did the tour, we had all of our rehearsal shows in Tulsa. Or was it Tulsa? I think we went to it on the tour. I don't know. We got no aversion to it. I just don't think about it very much. Yeah. My Oklahomies, yeah. There's a musical. That's great. That doesn't apply to this situation here. Yeah. Chica's Toys. I've been meaning also to do that. I would have done it this weekend, but I was relaxing because last week was so stressful. You cannot imagine how stressful last week was, because not only was I like neck deep in work, but I was also committing to, going rock climbing, like I said, and exercising, getting back like into some things and trying to eat healthier. So like doing that all on top of the work that I all had was quite stressful. I had no free time at all. So this week sometime I'm hoping to be able to both order those toys, because I have not sat down and perused Amazon for 60 something different dog toys yet, surprisingly. But I want to do that. But it's getting too late at this point. Like, this shit, like, it's amazing how much these ideas that I have can just slide and slide and slide. And it's like, it's very easy for someone outside the situation to be like, oh man, of course you would just do that and you would have that done right away. But it's like, there's so many different layers to the priority list that I have to have these days just to stay on top of everything. And it won't be like this forever. Like, it will not be like this forever. Once, come like June or July, it will not be like this nearly at all. Like, I am freaking shocked that it got this bad this year, because this year was supposed to be like a more focused year on just making stuff for YouTube. And it is, like, there's more stuff, but some of these projects have been underway for the past year. So just because I go here right now today and I'm like, I'm committing to this year being there, these projects that I am busy with are things that I started a year ago. Like, that's how long some of these projects take to get through it and make happen and make a reality. And that's just the way it is. Like, for some things that are bigger, like, they just take a long time. And it's kind of one of those things where, you have to prioritize what's really worth it. Because there's a lot of stuff that I could do that would be just generic content style stuff that I could do and I could maintain and like, in a sad way, I have been doing that on YouTube lately, just because I've been doing a lot of very basic stuff with some fun stuff, like the Markiplier makes are coming back and Markiplier tries is happening. But some of the bigger projects, I go into them knowing that, they're not going to be They're not going to be this super groundbreaking, unbelievably viral thing that everyone's going to love instantaneously. Like sometimes these passion projects, like they're not universally loved, and they're not nearly as successful as some of my other content and stuff that I do. But it's so important to do that, because it's so important to push yourself as a test to what you can do. It's like what I was talking about with the running earlier. Like it's okay to maintain that easy run the whole time, but without challenging yourself, you will also get bored. That's the counter side to making yourself interested in something and then preventing yourself from being bored. Like those are the two opposing forces of any creative endeavor or any self-improvement thing. Is like, you can run every single day and it's good to build that habit, but if you don't challenge yourself and you don't try to mix it up and you don't try to do things, you will get bored. And you know, in a medium like YouTube, if you do the same thing every day, not only will you get bored as a creator, but the audience will get bored, because it's the same thing. Nothing new happens, nothing exciting happens, nothing is varied, nothing comes along that really like opens people's eyes to what can happen. And so like if you're doing it, like, number one, yes, get into it, but realize I've been doing this for 7 years now. I need to expand beyond it. I'm very good at what I do, but I am not good at certain things, and I'm not good at like filming big projects like the ones that I'm working on. I had no skills in terms of like doing Damien or how that was going to turn out, and I've learned from doing that, and it's exciting. It's hard, like it pushes myself, but it is also exciting and fun to do because it allows myself to grow as a person, as a creator, as an individual. Like, it just allows me to kind of push myself a little bit farther. Yeah. What happened to the texting thing? I talked about this before. It don't work. So basically, I've kind of abandoned it. Basically, there's too many people. The servers break all the time. Like, it just doesn't work in the way that I imagined it would work. So just toss that out the window and we'll start with something else. Yeah. Yeah. Pushing yourself means growing. Yes, go. Yeah, it's just a balance. Like, push yourself, but don't over push yourself. Like, you'll know either way. Yeah. What am I gonna do for 30 million? This is far away. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it at all. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. What inspired me to do the Damien project? I liked seeing. I don't know, I like storytelling. So I don't want to just always tell stories in, like live action stuff. I want to tell stories in other ways. There are certain things that I can't write if I'm shooting it live action because it's too complex, or I don't have the budget for it, or stuff like that. But then certain ideas can come to life in terms of animation because there is no limitations, only like the artistic ability is the limitation. So I can write different things, and I can write like more fantastical settings, and we can have the perfect setting because we drew it. Now, if you in live action stuff, if you had an unlimited budget, yeah, you can make anything you want. But the magic of animation, as someone said, is that it's your imagination animation. It's really good. Yeah. So, but then again, live action also has things that animation does not. Animation takes a long time. It's artists that are working very hard to make things happen. So it's just a struggle. Any thoughts on Escape the Night? I've never seen it, so I honestly have no idea. Yeah. Any charity live streams planned? Not right now. I'm too busy. Yeah. Fantastical settings. Will there ever be dragons? Why would there be dragons? I don't know. No. Let's see. Would reading your comments come back? No, I don't think so. I, as it stands, want to bring back just normal vlogs. And reading your comments are not normal vlogs. And they are just, I don't know. They're fun. They're interesting. But, you know, they're not something I love. So I'm not going to do anything that doesn't really get me excited about anything. Yeah. Why would there not be dragons? Because there's no fucking dragons in it. Why would there be dragons? You can't just go like, I want dragons. I want Damien to ride a dragon. Whoa, that's stupid. That's really dumb. Yeah, so no. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just vlogs, like regular, just talking stuff, like exactly what I'm doing now. But I used to do that every day, or not every day, but every week. I would do it, and then before that, I would do it like several times a week. I would just talk, and I've got a lot to talk about. And the Monday morning member mixer does help me get thoughts out of my head. But also, I want to bring this back to just the channel in general. It's harder now with when I went to one video a week. What I'm probably gonna do anyway is just like make Monday the big vlog day, and that's just where I talk about stuff. But I just got to see where I go, because it helps me get my thoughts together in streams like this, because I can just ramble and I can think, and it gives me an excuse to talk to people and get an idea of what people are thinking about. But yeah, I gotta get back on that. But just like no time. Do I have something to go or do on May 18th? Yeah. Thank you for trusting us. I mean, it's not that I trust you with these thoughts. It's that I'm going to shout them into the void no matter what. Might as well have people listen. But I do appreciate trusting you guys with stuff like sneak peeks and stuff like that. That is good. And I will show you guys more stuff as time goes by. But I have nothing to show today either. Yeah. God, you guys and your dragons. You guys need help. You guys need help. All right, anyway. You guys need some goddamn help. Yeah. It's nice to see you're trustworthy. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Oh god, there's no questions anymore. There's nothing. And this is when the stream dies. When the chat is only dragons and there's nothing anymore to talk about. So anyway, I will keep rambling about what I have to ramble on, which is nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. I got nothing to talk about. Nothing. Nothing at all. Did I ever do slam poetry storytelling? No, because I didn't want to, and it seemed dumb then. It seems less dumb now, but yeah, I have no interest in doing that at all. That's nothing. Yeah. What do I think about meditation? I don't meditate. I think it's important to have a sense of self and concentrate on self-awareness at times, but I don't meditate myself. I think it's beneficial. I think any kind of thought process that helps you have a better understanding of who you are as a person and how you function as a person is important. Like there's a lot of things that I've learned about myself over the past few years of doing YouTube, but there's also a lot of things that I've learned about just like looking in at myself and trying to understand how I react to certain things and how I naturally am inclined to behave in certain ways. And that helps me to better understand, better motivate myself to do what I'm good at. And that does push me forward. So meditation can help that. I don't do it myself, but at its core, meditation is just, it's listening to yourself. I think. I mean, some meditation guru would probably have a better description or think that I'm stupid, but to me, that's what it's all about. It's about listening to yourself. It's about listening to your body. It's about listening to your mind. It's about concentrating on not concentrating on anything. It's like, it's just listening, opening your mind ear. Yeah. What's a good diet to start? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. You stopped drinking soda going on 4 months now? That's good. When it comes down to diets and stuff, and if I'm not a nutritionist, like I know a little bit about nutrition and I know it, but all diet is just discipline. It's not taking the easy choice. Like there's so many foods now available that are easy. There's so many ways to make food and get food that is easy, that you don't have to think about it, you don't have to cook it, you don't have to do anything like that, you don't have to control it. It's just there when you need it. So it's very easy to put food at the back burner of the priority list. There's like a triangle of pyramid of Illuminati-ass priorities, and food in our day and age, in modern cities, there's still many places around the world that don't have this kind of access to food. But if you guys watching at home have access to internet, I'm assuming you have easy access to food generally, especially unhealthy food. It's just about discipline, and it comes with listening to yourself. Like, it's if you want to start a good diet, there are dozens of hundreds of articles of information about proper dieting and stuff like that available on the internet. But what it comes down to is all that's worthless if you can't tell yourself to do something. So when it comes to all that stuff, you got to learn how you behave as a person. Like, you got to learn your responses to these things, and you got to understand why you're doing it in the first place. Like, all the guidance and all the coaching in the world is going to be for nothing if you can't tell yourself to commit to something. So, like, when it comes down to something like a diet, like, I can't tell you what you're gonna eat. I can't tell you how you're gonna eat it. I can't tell you what you're gonna do. But you can tell yourself to do that. Like, you can tell yourself. And learning to like, be the master of your own body is important. Like, do that. Do it for health reasons. Do it for yourself. Don't do it because of some other person telling you that you need to do it. Like, you got to decide for yourself, and then you got to understand yourself enough to do it right. Yeah. Any motivation for artists? I don't mean to be like a motivation font. Like, this is all this is stuff that I've learned about myself. Anything that I say is only said because I've learned these lessons through a lot of trial and error and a lot of stuff like that. The advice that I give, and I don't even really like giving advice, but the advice that I give, I mean, I like general advice is fine. I don't mind talking about that. But specific advice to stuff like that is like, I can't give that because I'm not an artist. Like, I didn't go down the road of being an artist. I didn't push myself to draw every single day because I didn't want to be an artist. Like, if you want to be an artist, you just have to solve the problems that are in front of you. Every person, when they're trying something new or they have a creative endeavor, they have roadblocks in front of them. And the worst one in this day and age, especially today with the internet, the roadblocks are seeing how good other people are, and there are obstacles in your path. And what you got to do is you got to figure out a way to get them out of your path. Because at the end of the day, if you want something, anything stopping you is irrelevant. It's relevant that it's stopping you, but what that thing stopping you is irrelevant. The only fact that matters is that it's stopping you. So you have to decide for yourself, well, I want this. How do I get this inane bullshit out of my way from the thing that I want? Like, it doesn't matter if you constantly look at other artists and are like, they're so much better than me, I'll never be that good. That's just a roadblock. That's something you got to figure out how to just get it out of your way, because what you want is behind it. And if you keep looking at the roadblock, you're never going to get around it. So you just got to be like, all right, that's a thing that's happening. Just fucking yeet it out of here and move forward. Oh, I'm not, like, I can't get up and practice every day. Okay, that's a roadblock. Well, how do I get around that? Oh yeah, practice every day. Get the fuck out of my way. That's right. And it's like, that's the kind of thing it is. It's like, that's not a perfect example of how to solve every problem, because there are some problems that are more of an obstacle than anything. Because there's some people that, like, physically they can't, like, hold a paintbrush, they can't hold a pencil right, you know. It's like that's a physical incapability, and no matter what, like, mental gymnastics you do, you're not going to be able to get that out of your way. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. Like, it's possible in some way, shape, or form to execute your vision as an artist, but it's like solving the problem of how you as an individual are going to go around that. You know, and this is special case-by-case things, and this is what I mean when I say I can't give specific advice for everything. A lot of life is just figuring it out for yourself, whether it's wanting to be an artist or wanting to be like a YouTuber or wanting to be an athlete or wanting to be like a scientist or a doctor. It's just like you problem solve your way to the solution. You know the end goal. Like, it's a maze. Like, you see all these different paths, and you may take wrong turns at times, but if you keep moving forward, eventually you'll get to the end in whatever way that end is true to you. It may not be the same ending that's true to everybody else, but, like, it's there. And then there's the whole topic of creative endeavors. There's never an ending. You're never the best that you want to be. Like, it's only just a journey. It's just getting better every day. But you set goals and you go there. Yeah. Chat's so messy, he's not even recognizing his girlfriend. you think that it's just I read every name and I'm like, don't recognize, nope. Oh, I reckon. No, that's not how it works. It's just a slew of names. Is Amy here? Why is Amy here? I don't even know. Amy, you're amazing. I should probably get going to my appointment, but before I do that, go a little longer. Yeah. How do I keep such a seemingly constant positive mindset? Oh, because it's not. It's not a positive mindset. It's not a positive mindset. Not at all. Let me be clear about one thing. I am not a 100% positive person. You can ask Amy about that. I am not. I'm really negative sometimes. I'm very hard on myself. But the important thing is that I can be mad at something and I can be upset at something and I can be knocked down and I can be depressed about things. But, that's just another obstacle that I got to get around. I'm not the type of person that's just always happy all the time. But I am excited to work on the things that I want to work on. The problems that get in the way are the things that knock me down. The backtracking that I have to do, the sometimes realizing that I'm losing track of things when I'm trying to focus on something else. Those will get you down all the time. But that's normal. It's normal. And it's only bad if you let it stop you. It's only bad if you let it actually hinder what you're trying to do. You can't attack a problem with 100% smiles all the time. You can't. But realizing that you can't and rationalizing that and trying to approach it with that mentality of trying to get around it, understanding the problem, respecting the problem that's in front of you and giving it the attention that it deserves. And identifying it as a reality that you have to conquer. That's a part of life. That's a part of it. No one's happy all the time. Especially and that's especially hard to understand on the internet, because the internet is full of people that only show the best portion of themselves in that one moment that they do it. On Instagram, they'll show a picture that's one of 1,000 pictures that they took that shows the slightest slice of their life that's the best version of themselves. And if all of their pictures on their page are like that, then they seem like they're that all the time. But then reality comes in, and reality is uglier than that, and reality has more flaws than that. And reality's not always smiling like that. Reality's not always at that angle. Reality's not always at that perfect, chiseled jaw. The reality is ugly. But you gotta respect reality. You gotta respect, what the world is, There's lies that we can tell ourselves that can get in the way of what we want. And these lies that we tell ourselves are the things that will hinder us the most. Facing the truth and facing, the reality of it. How can you stay so positive all the time? The truth is I don't. But I don't let it stop me. Because if I'm still doing what I do and I'm still loving what I love, then the negative time can still come. And I can face that, and I can understand it, and I can approach it, and I can conquer it. And it may come back over and over and over again, but, so long as I keep moving forward, I'll always keep making progress. And I can look back at myself, and I can be like, I'm proud of how I handled those darker times. I'm proud of how I approached this situation. I'm proud that even if I was down as low as I could possibly be down, I'm glad that I didn't just give up on everything, because I'm so much more proud of what I've accomplished now. And again, this isn't the case for everything. Some things are insurmountable. Some things are such setbacks that they make it so you can never accomplish your goals. These are special case circumstances, and that is where reality can be its ugliest. Life doesn't always work out. If you want something bad enough, it doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get it. If you dream hard enough, there's nothing set in stone that means you're going to get that. And that, again, is something that you have to face, and you have to look at, and you have to evaluate and rationalize and deal with. But you'll get through it. One way or another. One way. Yeah. Being flawed is normal, but so much of what we get to see of people now is flawlessness. Yeah, and that's a shame. And it's more than just Photoshop and stuff like that, but people on the internet seem fake, because they don't show like who they really are. That's why I personally never care if people see me at emotional extremes or stuff like that. If I'm crying on camera, if I'm angry on camera, if anything on camera, like what I want to show and what I've always wanted to show with my channel is just who I am, like as a person. Like a lot of my YouTube content is me exploring what I was at the time. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what kind of person I was going to be. I didn't know how I was going to handle like the things that were coming my way, but I was excited to try. And it was never really a decision. I didn't make a decision like, I am going to cry on camera so that they know I'm real. It's like those moments, it's not something that I plan for. It's not something I ever do. It's like those moments just happen. Like in the Wired interview that I had, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did a Wired thing where we look at the answer questions for the top Google things. Like there was a moment in there where I suddenly went on a train of thought thinking about some of the Make-A-Wish kids I've met and those things. And I don't exactly know how I got from A to B because my brain can jump from all time, but it's like, if you just like allow yourself to be who you are and understand yourself, and in that moment I wasn't thinking about like, oh, I want to show in this video how emotional I am. It's like these questions are talking about me as a person and my history and my life. So if I think about this moment and I feel like it's pertinent to say, like, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be honest about it. And like even just now, like thinking about like the Make-A-Wish kids that have wanted to see me, the people that I've lost, you know, the things that have happened in my life, and the truth of it and the reality of it. Like it's not happy, but it happened, and I can't just ignore that it happened. You know, I don't want to ignore that it happened, to pretend that it didn't happen, or to pretend that these things don't happen. I want to face them. I want to see it. You know, I want to feel it. You know, because that's important to me anyway. You know, it may not be important to everybody, but to me, that's important. Yeah. So like that's what I mean. Like reality sucks. And I don't blame people for trying to avoid it. Like I don't blame people for wanting to push it down. I don't blame people. I'm not saying that people that do that or ignore the problems are weaker. I would never say that. Like, cause I don't know their problems. I don't know what they're dealing with. I don't know what you're dealing with. I don't know what your problems. But for me, like these are things that I don't want to ignore. And thankfully, I still have the strength to face them, and I still have the strength to remember them, and I want to make sure that I always do that. So, yeah, that's just my little philosophy. Anyway, I gotta go. For those of you who didn't know, maybe you joined just late. My jaw started swelling up randomly this morning. Probably because I wailed on it with like a syringe of water trying to blast some gunk out of my mouth holes in here from my wisdom tooth removal. So I gotta go. I've got an appointment that I gotta get this checked out. Hopefully it's nothing terrible. We'll see. I guess maybe they're gonna surgically remove my entire jaw. I have no idea, but we'll see. So I'll face that when that comes. But I gotta get out of here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Yeah, this conversation went a little weirder than I thought it would, but thank you guys so much for being here. I'll let you guys know if there's any cool developments to see. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!